Wednesday, September 19th, 2018, and it's time for Easy Gamer. We're going to do some game updates. We're going to talk Red Dead Redemption 2 online. We're going to talk Forza Horizon 4. Not this, 4. We're going to talk Warriors Orochi 4. And the PlayStation Mini, which was announced yesterday. So, we'll start with RDR2. And I guess recently they talked a little bit about the online component. So basically, they've said it's going to be a gigantic open world that you can explore with friends or by yourself or in, basically like GTA Online. But of course, now they're still not releasing exact details of what we're going to be doing in the game. Basically, it almost seems like they wanted to more talk about the fact that it was not going to launch with the game. So, if you remember GTA Online when it first came out, it was buggy. It was unstable. It was, people were getting booted off all the time. It wasn't a great experience when it first happened. But they worked out the bugs and everything like that, and of course the game became great. With Red Dead Redemption Online, they want to take a little bit more time to perfect it, even though it's going to have the same gameplay mechanics as Red Dead Redemption. They still want it to be more perfect, and they know that with online games there are just a few more challenges than with the single player mode. So they are going to start a beta a month after the game comes out, which they've also kind of said we want to give people a chance to play through the actual solo campaign. So we want people to do that, and then we want to let you kind of play the beta of the online side of it, and then they'll launch into it. So this wasn't really so much them telling us what you were going to do. They were just kind of telling you their plans for rolling out Red Dead Redemption Online. So they don't really give a lot of specifics about kind of the stuff that they're going to do in the game and you're going to be able to do. That still seems to be something they're tweaking. And I think the reason they're really not telling us anything is because they're kind of trying to figure out what people are really going to want to do in a Western-styled online game. Because think about it, how many, other than the original Red Dead Redemption online Old West games are there out there? So they're probably trying to get a feel. This is a giant open world, and they're trying to get a feel of how people are going to play the game, what they like doing in an online version of the game, what their what their experiences are. So I think it's going to be kind of one of those things where Rockstar is going to pay close attention to what people are saying and what people are doing, and then probably, tailor some of the updates to that. They also kind of mentioned, well, what'll happen to GTA Online? Nothing. They're going to still release updates for GTA Online. Here's the deal. At first, when Red Dead Redemption Online comes out, it's probably going to get a lot of traffic. Now, if it's not a lot of fun, people won't stick around. So they might go back to GTA Online, which means, as a company, if you don't have a lot of people playing your Red Dead Redemption Online, you're probably not going to make as many updates for it. And you'll focus that attention back onto GTA Online, because that's where everybody's playing. But if everybody loves Red Dead Redemption Online and they kind of migrate from GTA Online, they may put more of the focus over to Red Dead Redemption Online and releasing more and more updates. But what it's going to have to be is an ebb and flow, because at first, when you first release Red Dead Redemption Online or get it up and running, it's going to have a lot of traffic because it's new and people want to see what it's like. And probably GTA Online, its numbers will suffer a little bit during that kind of introduction period to Red Dead Redemption Online. But If Red Dead Redemption Online is not as much fun as GTA Online, let's face it, GTA Online, there is so much stuff to do. It is going to be hard for Red Dead Redemption Online to match that. Especially the fact that in Red Dead Redemption Online, you're not going to have all the technology that you have in GTA Online. There is going to be a lot less of it. You won't have a cell phone. You realize in the game, you just pull up a cell phone and brings you up a menu system. You're going to have a horse, but you're not going to have 50 different cars. I don't know how much property you're going to get to own, any of those things. I mean, what is it really going to do? It's a giant, expansive world that in GTA, you can fly from point A to point B with fast helicopters, fast planes, things of that nature, and even a fast car can get you around pretty quick. But in GTA or Red Dead Redemption Online, it's horseback. No flying vehicles, no cars that I am aware of. So basically what they've kind of told us is the beta will launch a month after the game has come out, which the Red Dead Redemption 2 online, or Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out on October 26th. And then the beta will launch with about a month after the fact. And then they'll work out some of the bugs, and then they'll launch the full thing. But like I said, the GTA Online, there's so much to do. It's going to be tough because what if Red Dead Redemption doesn't see the numbers right away? I'm hoping that Rockstar understands that they're really going to have to start adding a lot to this game to make it compete with GTA Online. The fact that it's new isn't going to draw people in. It's got to have the meat that GTA Online does. GTA Online has a lot of filler that occupies our time. There's so much to do in that world. Can we play in a more empty space like Red Dead Redemption's on, a Wild West kind of an online mode? It'll be interesting to see. I trust that Rockstar knows what they're doing. And I trust that the gameplay experience that we are going to get from Red Dead Redemption Online is going to be incredible. And I believe that at some point it will catch up to GTA Online, but it won't, of course, have the same bite right away. But it may have a lot of players come in, and if they can make it fun enough for a lot of people to kind of stick around with enough to do, it's going to be tough for Rockstar Games to balance this. But I think they have a pretty good plan in place. I definitely don't see them abandoning RDR Online for any reason. But if RDR Online gets really, really popular, the updates for GTA Online will kind of subside. And basically the developers aren't lying to us about that. They're basically saying it's like, we're going to see where the players are, and then we'll spend the money to make the stuff for that, because that will make us the most money in the end. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is, where's Orochi 4? What? October 16th. This game is like 3 weeks away, and I haven't seen anything on it. I stumbled onto Warriors Orochi 4 when I was looking at the pre-order page on Microsoft's, live, or online live or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. But it's like, I'm just looking through some of the new stuff that might be coming out, and all of a sudden I see Warriors Orochi 4 in there. Why does nobody talk about this game? I love the Warriors Orochi series. Let me tell you a little bit. I started with Dynasty Warriors 2. I loved it. I loved Dynasty Warriors 3. Extreme Legends 4 was great. Extreme Legends got now it's starting to wear a little thin, and 5 sucked. I didn't really like 5. And 6, I bought it. I played it for 15 minutes and stopped. And a waste of money there. I even tried to play it later on once I got back into it. But I played a Samurai Warriors game. Then I went over to my friend's house, and he had Warriors Orochi 2. I'm going, well, what's Warriors Orochi? What is that? And he was playing it, and it looked cool. And I'm going, this looks like Dynasty Warriors. And he He goes, it basically is Dynasty Warriors. And all the stuff that you could do in there, and I fell in love with the Warriors franchise all over again. I went out and bought Warriors Orochi 2. I bought Warriors Orochi 1 used so I could play both of the games. And then I started buying the mainline games again. So I bought Dynasty Warriors 7, 8, and 9. Bought Warriors Orochi 3. Bought Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. I bought all of these games. And I'm back in the Warriors series. I've even bought, like, I think the Dragon Quest or whatever had a Warriors type game. I bought Hyrule Warriors. I bought Artisan Warriors. I bought all these games because I love the Warriors series again. And I'm pretty much stuck on it. I even love Dynasty Warriors 9, which is getting a lot of hate. But I love it. It's their first foray into an open world, and I think they did pretty good. So Warriors Orochi 4 is going to drop on October 16th. October 16th. That is so close. It's going to have 170 playable characters. And it's based around the Greek god Zeus. Basically rounding up all these people to fight Orochi again. It's just like... and Zeus, I'll tell you, Zeus looks like a surfer douchebag. I'm serious. I've looked at the pictures of Zeus and I'm going, that's not Zeus. That's like 22-year-old Zeus. Why does he look like that? That's the Tecmo Koei interpretation of Zeus. Look him up. He's awful. But of course it's Zeus, so he'll probably be, he'll probably quite terrifying to fight with. But they have like 4 or 5 Greek gods in there. I think they have like Ares and a couple others. Athena, I think, is in there. But it's actually coming out on every system. It's coming out on the Xbox One. It's coming out on PC Windows. It's coming out on the Switch. And it's coming out on the PS4. I mean, this thing is coming out everywhere. I mean, it's nobody talked about it. I mean, I haven't seen anything on IGN, GameSpot, none of the channels I follow video game wise, and I follow a lot of video game channels on YouTube. Nothing. I've stumbled onto this thing. So Warriors Orochi 4, October 16th, 170 characters, the biggest roster they have ever had in a Warriors game. And I'm excited. I pre-ordered it. Couldn't help myself. I had to do it. It's like I'm going to have Forza Horizon 4 that I'm going to start playing on the 28th. I'm going to have Warriors Orochi that I'm going to play on the 16th while I'm trying to still play Forza Horizon 4. And then on the 26th, Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out in October. There's just not enough hours in the day to do all this. There's just not. I may have to quit my job. I'm sorry, it's just going to have to happen. I may just have to quit. I don't know how I'm going to pay bills. I'm just going to quit. I'll just have to hope that I can become a streamer. So, a little bit about it. I mentioned another game in there, Forza Horizon 4, but we're going to talk about that a little later because we're going to talk about the PlayStation Mini. Really? PlayStation Mini. This is going to open up a lot of cans here, people. The NES, I have the NES Mini and the Super NES Mini. Both of them are great little devices. They still don't quite compete with having a RetroPie. If you can pull that off, because I sure as heck don't have it. But I do have the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic. Both of them are well built. Both of them are great little machines, and they're fun to play. They're little 30 and 20 games each. Of course, Atari and Sega have been doing these things for years, but they've been doing them with cheap knockoff brands. They haven't produced their own. Sony looks like they're producing this, I think. They said there's going to be 20 games on it. It's going to cost $100, or I think 100 euros and 90 pounds. But it's going to have 20 games on it. They've announced basically 5 of them. Final Fantasy VII, Wild Arms, R4, which I think is Ridge Racer 4, Tekken 3, and Jumping Flash are 5 of the games that are going to be on this. It's going to have 2 controllers, no analog sticks. This, for a lot of us that have gotten used to having analog sticks on a PlayStation controller, this is not going to be easy to get used to again, to just have a directional pad. But they're going to come with two controllers. So the PlayStation Mini, $100, 20 games, about $5 a game, which is fine. Final Fantasy VII, I've already got it in a bunch of different places. So it's one of those things where Sony's making it, Sony's supporting it, so hopefully it will be good quality. It's 45% the size of the original PlayStation, so it's not very big. It'll be very light. All the little buttons on top that used to do stuff, the big round open button and the big round reset, or the little reset button, there was an open and a power button. All those buttons will do relatively what they're supposed to do. The open button will basically just like switch through the menu games or something like that. Of course, the power button will do what it's supposed to do, and the reset button will do what it's supposed to do. But 20 games on it, 5 of them are already announced. What games would I really want to see on it? Haven't really thought about it, because a lot of the games that I wanted to keep for it, I did. I'd like to see some of these games get released with some sports titles, but they never have any sports titles unless they're cartoony. I'm guessing, I played the original Ridge Racer I would love to see Chrono Cross on there. I really would. I'd love to see Chrono Cross. If they're going to have Final Fantasy VII, why not Chrono Cross? I absolutely adored that game, so I would love to see Chrono Cross make that cut. But that's the Sony PlayStation Mini that will come out. But is this going to give us a PlayStation 2 Mini eventually? Are we going to see, there's still a lot of speculation that there's going to be an N64 Mini, or Classic Edition as they like to call it. The PlayStation Mini might be also the PlayStation Classic. But will this, will Sega and Atari finally give us legitimate hardware and not just kind of license it out to people that make cheap garbage? I would love to see Sega make their own console and not pass them off to At Games, or at least pass them off to a good console maker that would take the time to do it right. But could we see a Sega Saturn or a Dreamcast? I'm sure there were tons of people that would love to see a Sega Dreamcast Classic. Not me as much, but I'm guessing I'd probably get it, because there were some good games on the Dreamcast. Saturn had a few games I liked as well. Does this open it up for a Turbo Graphics, maybe, or a Turbo CD Duo, or whatever they called them, or so this could lead to a lot more of these little classic editions because of how popular Nintendo's was. And if they see that Sony's sells really well, you might see a few more people jump onto this. And who knows, Sony may sit there and go, PlayStation 2 Classic coming next year. But it will release in, I think, December 3rd of this year, which is the 24th anniversary of the original PlayStation coming out, which came out in Japan December 3rd of 1994. Think about that. If you're old enough to remember playing the PlayStation original, you're probably at least in your 30s or your late 20s. So how life has passed us all by. But yeah, so last game we're going to talk about is the game that I am actually looking the most forward to, and that is Forza Horizon 4. I've been playing the demo quite a bit, actually. The demo for Forza Horizon 3 was junk, because it basically played you through that first little intro thing, 10-15 minutes, and then you're done. That's it. You couldn't do anything else. At least I don't think you could do anything else. I tried looking for other options to start playing something else in there. Maybe I didn't get the whole demo downloaded, I don't know, but it would only let me play that initial thing, and then that was it, and it was junk. The demo for Forza Horizon 4 is great, because it's like you go through that little introduction thing, that you drive the Senna, and then you drive the trophy truck, and then you're driving the Ford Focus Gymkhana car basically through the forest, and then you're back in the Senna to finish the race. You do that, and then you actually start to get to play a little bit of the story. They give you a choice of taking a Ford Focus RS or a 1969 Charger RT, or you can take the Audi TT. And I've tried all three of them. I've taken all three of them to start with. The same with when you get to the dirt rally part. You know, you have a Lancia, a Kazi, and a Subaru WRX STI to choose from. The game is a lot of fun, and the world is pretty big that you get to roam around in for a demo. Right? And there's jumps in, you know, they have some of the stunt jumps, and the further you get into the demo, you actually get to some of the speed traps, some of the speed signs, some of the drift zones. You get to do some of that stuff. You get to explore the world a little bit and really get a feel for it. The demo is really good. There's already like 700,000, 800,000 people that have downloaded the demo. That's how many people have played the demo. Just from looking at the numbers, when you look at the world rankings, there's like 800,000 people that have downloaded the demo for this game. Holy smokes, that just tells you. And they even announced that the game's already went gold in pre-order, which means it's already sold 500,000 copies. So, I mean, the game looks amazing. It plays amazing. Now, the off-road physics feel a little different. They feel a little, I don't want to say looser, but it doesn't feel like you can control your car quite as easily. It feels a little more, not slippery, because it feels more legit. It feels more like it probably should if you were driving on dirt. Whereas in Forza Horizon 3, I felt like you could almost make dirt feel like asphalt. In this game, it feels a lot more like dirt or mud or whatever surface you're on. So I think they did a really good job. I'm just going to have to get used to the physics of it. The only thing that kind of sucks is you can't save your demo. So if the game isn't constantly running in the background, you're going to lose it. And then you have to start all over again from the beginning. And I'm not a big fan of that opening race. I'm just not. I've done it like 5 times. I'm bored. I'm super bored. I've seen it in people's videos 100 times. I'm bored with it. Let me play the game. Let me get past that part. So when I get the actual game on September 28th, I'm going to mess that thing up. I'm going to way back. I'm going to goof off. I'm going to have a fun time. And I'm just going to blow right through that thing and just do whatever I want. I'm going to mess up all their little cutscenes. You know those little cutscenes where you jump and like the motorcycles are doing flips and it's all dramatic looking? I'm going to mess those up. I'm going to be so far behind that when I jump, I'm going to be the only car in the shot. So it's like they're going to give you this dramatic look and I'm not even going to jump it. I'm going to go over it slow just to see if the camera's like way up here and my car is down on the ground. I'm going to mess with them. I've played it too many times and I'm bored with it. So I'm going to make it more fun. And then, of course, I'll pull in and they'll say, "You're an amazing driver. I can't believe it. You're going to be good in this festival." I want him to sit there and go, "You're garbage. Why are you here?" But it's like, but the thing is, it's Kira that's actually driving. It's Kira that's actually driving the Senna. So if she gets out, will they sit there because they say, "Nice driving, boss"? Will they sit there and go, "That was total crap, boss. That was bad." I don't know. They probably won't. They'll probably say, "Nice driving, boss." It's like, what? I came in backwards. Why is that nice driving? I'm going to mess with it. I'm going to have fun with that because I'm so bored with doing it. I got to make it more fun. But the actual game is a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. I probably put 10 hours into the demo. That's just insane. I've discovered like 122 of the roads. That's a little bit too much exploration in a game that's not out yet. But I'm excited for it. I can't wait. September 28th, I took the day off of work. I'm going to spend the whole weekend just like, look at all the stuff you can do. Yeah. Not to mention, it's like I got to find all the fast travel boards. I got to find all that stuff. There's like 200 boards in this game. Jeez. So, there we go. There's some game updates for you on Red Dead Redemption Online, the Sony PlayStation Mini, Classic, whatever they want to call it, Warriors Orochi 4, and Forza Horizon 4. Let me know down in the comments below what games you're looking forward to in October, because I've got a lot to do. The PlayStation Mini comes out in December, so The other 3 games, though, technically Forza Horizon 4 doesn't come out till October 2nd, but, you know, pay a little more and you get to play a little early. So let me know down in the comments below. With all that being said, to the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom.